What's up, everybody? Old School NYC Gamer once again here. Tis the weekend, and that means yard sailing. And yeah, there's actually a couple of ads I did see on Craigslist, about 10 minutes apart, walk from each other. One is a 5-house yard sale. Basically, it's 5 houses doing one big block yard sale. And another one, which is not too far away, they actually have a lot of old school stuff. So the way I timed it out was, hopefully, I could get to the first yard sale on time. Then once that's done, I could go over before the second one starts. So I'm going to try to get some footage. You know, like I said, it is kind of hard even with an iPhone out, acting like you're, using it for something else. They think you're doing something with it. So I'll try to get as much footage as I can. Train's coming in. So yeah, so from there I'll try to show you some clips. If not, we'll be back in the game room to show you some more stuff. And we'll be right back. Well, it says yard sale 9 to 5. And guess what? Reading that ad on Craigslist, they definitely said no early birds. So I guess people didn't read the ad so much. So hopefully we can find something. And we'll be right back, everybody. So gonna kind of be incognito about this. Well, just got back from that quote-unquote 5-house yard sale. It ended up actually being only 3 houses. And the only game they actually had there was SSX for the PlayStation 2. They were wanting $5 for it. And yeah, I wasn't even digging that. And the only other gaming item they even had remotely close was the Guitar Hero 3 peripheral guitar for the Xbox. So needless to say, I passed up on that. It was kind of a bust. With yard sales like this, I know a lot of people out there within the gaming community. I know you guys will go to anywhere between 10 to 20 yard sales a day. Now, I've always stated this before. The fact that I don't have a car, I'm taking mass transit, so I got to really pick and choose what yard sales I could go to. Hopefully find something, halfway decent to score within New York City. Now, there is another yard sale that I was talking about on the Facebook and Twitter pages. And second one, it's a little more promising, hopefully. And thing is, it's another 2 hours away. Now, I actually gave up another yard sale down in Brooklyn. And for the, sorry, I just got to look, make sure I don't get hit by a car here. They actually had a bunch of Game Boy games and a Game Boy. But I don't know, probably by now, it's about an hour from now, so for me to go all the way to Flushing to Bensonhurst, it's not really within the time constraint. I think I'll probably miss it, knowing me. The Sharks will get it before I could even get a chance to even look at it. But anyway, so I'm going to try to find something to kill time for the next couple hours. Wait till the next yard sale comes up. Hopefully there's something. If not, it was a bust, and hopefully next week will be a little better. So this time around, hopefully I hope to get some footage, because honestly, it really was not even worth showing from what I told you. So let's hit up the next yard sale, and let's go right there. Okay, so that was clips from the last yard sale that I showed you here, and actually quite a bit of stuff there, I got to admit. I mean, besides some of the sports games, there were a few good titles that I checked out, but honestly, there's only 3 games out of that whole lot that I found. He saw the Sega CD, and when I asked him how much, he was actually 20 for it. Now, you would think that's actually a pretty good deal, but the gears were not working with the Sega CD. Now, if it was the fuse, like it was on my Sega CD Model 2, I actually would have fixed it no problem myself. But the gears, kind of a thing, the mechanism is definitely a little harder to do compared to you know, what I could do. So I passed on that. And the one thing I did really want was that N64, but he was asking 30 for that. Now, I'm not gonna get that, to be quite honest with you. Like I said before, if it was slightly lower, I mean, if even 15, if it was half that, you know, I would definitely have grabbed it. Now, let me show you 3 games really quick that I got. I'm just gonna reach into my bag here. Now, the first one off here for the NES, and I did show it in that clip, was, sorry, I can do this with one hand here, is To the Earth. You see right there, it's actually in, you know, not that bad a condition. Next one here, if I can reach in for it, sorry, is Gex 64, Enter the Gecko, which I actually did not have this, so you know, wanted to grab it. And last off was a Box Genesis game. I think you probably saw that too, and that was Air Diver. You can see that right there. Some of the screenshots in the back. This is complete. I can open this up and show you. It does come with the cart and the manual. So yeah, you know, he was asking, like I said, at first he was asking 10 for it, but I really, you know, just want to kind of knock him down to 8, which I thought was semi-fair. You know, it was apparently a friend of his, so that's why he wanted to sell for, you know, some of those systems for a little higher. You know, those 3 GameCubes, I pretty much didn't want to ask, because he was probably going to ask 30 for those. And yeah, that's about it. So I thought this would be over, but I did see one more Craigslist ad all the way out in the Bronx, of all places. And, you know, I'm going to take a real wild shot. It's already halfway through the day, so there might not be nothing there. But hey, it's a lazy Sunday for me, so I don't mind going out there. So, you know, we're going to take a trip out to the Bronx, and hopefully we'll find something. If I could get a little bit more of that, I'll show you that. And we'll see where it goes from there, everybody, so stay tuned. A late break in development, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. There is a ton of stuff in here, and I mean, it is crammed. My bag is beyond crammed. Let me just flip the camera over here. Now, there's a house right over this way. You can see it right over there. Well, I don't know if you can see too well. I was heading over to the 3rd garage sale that I saw up on Craigslist, and wow. Just had a feeling to look out the window. You know, I was not even the 2nd bus stop on the route that I was taking out here in Queens, going to the Bronx, and I saw a garage sale on a couple of the cars. I really just took a hunch on this, because, you know, sometimes you can't find something, sometimes you'll strike out. Now, of course, those first 2 garage sales, first one was a bust, the second I only found those 3 games, and I don't know if I mentioned it was for $8. Now, when I went over, like I said, I saw a PlayStation 1 there, has a bunch of games, a bunch of PlayStation 2 stuff, a ton of games there. And when I saw 2 of the systems he had, I pretty much freaked out, especially the first one, because I sent the one I had out to another YouTuber. Some complications that went down, and I was cool enough just to send it to him because I know he wanted it. But now I have it back in my collection, and for a freaking steal. Some of the titles are kind of eh, but a couple of them are really good. But just for the fact, the gentleman, what he offered was amazing. I'll definitely talk about that more when we get back to the game room. But like I said, people, just this itself is, I honestly do gotta say, for what I paid, this year alone was the best that I got, the best deal I've had this year when it comes to garage sales. So yeah, who knew that 3rd time's a charm? I know they say it's a cliche, but I dared to defy when I show you guys what's over here. So gonna skip the Bronx, gonna head back to Brooklyn, go back to the game room. We're gonna do all this here on camera for you, and I will be right back, and stick around. Welcome back, everyone. So this is a moment of truth. You want to know what's in the bag? It's all down here. I'm going to show you that in 1 second. So of course, like I said, just to do a quick recap, the first yard sale was a bust. Kind of sucked. You know, they said video games when they just had one video game and one video game peripheral, which is absolutely stupid. Now the second one, I fared a little better, as you saw, but I'll show you once again. These are the 3 games I got. First off is Gex 64 for the Nintendo 64. And this is To the Earth, which is, I don't know that much about it, for the NES. And next off here is Air Diver, the F-119 Stealth Fighter Simulation for the Sega Genesis. And this is, oh, this doesn't pop out. This is complete. Now, I haven't stated that before. Once again, in the last clip, I got those 3 games for $8. Now, we'll get over to the main score. And like I said, I was going on the bus over from Flushing over to the Bronx. And just as I'm sitting here, I kind of just look up. Within 30 seconds of me looking out the window, going toward the Bronx, see a couple of signs that say garage sale. I literally just started hitting the button to get off the bus. Ran back about 2 blocks and started looking at what he had. Now, even within another 20 seconds, I saw all this stuff here. I asked him what he wanted for it. He said make me an offer. So I kind of shot a couple of prices at him after he gave me the counter offer, and basically all what you see here is for a total of $40, and I did not absolutely argue with it at all. One is an upgrade to one of the consoles that I have, and another is another console being put back into the collection. So let me shut the hell up. Let me get the first console here. Okay, and so you see right here, I'm just going to dump it all off really quick, is a high-definition graphics Model 1 Sega Genesis. And I did test this. It does work fine. He actually had 2 more controllers, which the basic 6-button Genesis controllers. I didn't need those, but one of the extra ones I want to use for another mod is a 6-button third-party Genesis controller, and does come with the brick and the RF cable. Now, the other thing I wish I could have filmed some of it. He had a good, and I'm not kidding, maybe about another 18 or so Genesis games, all boxed. But mostly they were sports games and games that I already have. Now, granted, if you see some of my older videos within the game room, it's a very small room. If I had a bigger room, guarantee you I would have grabbed those and definitely made upgrades to try to make some of these games boxed. But like I said, honestly, that alone, he offered 10 for it, so I took it. Now, granted, I think if I grabbed everything he had there, I probably would have got that easily for 25, no questions asked. All right, so next off here, let me see. These are a couple of free things that he had in a free box. This is for the Game Boy. You see right there, and this over here was let's see. PlayStation Underground Holiday 2001. Basically, this is a sampler disc. So I'm going to check it out, see what it's all about. And one of the other things he had 2 third-party NES controllers, still sealed. I didn't really want them because I have enough NES controllers. But I actually can use this, and that is an NES cleaning kit. And this does come with the little manual. Show you right here. It's a manual right here. It does come with the 2 contact cleaners in here. And yeah, I think he threw this in. I didn't really give me a price for it because it was bundled with a lot of the other stuff that I had. And one Genesis game I did grab was Road Rash. Now I know I have, if I'm not mistaken, I do have it up there somewhere. So once I can find it, that's going to be up for trade if I do have it. But this is complete. So you see right there. So next up, he had a bunch of Game Boy games, and I'll get into that in a second. Basically, he charged me $1 a game, which is pretty damn fair. First off here is a loose one here, is a Kung Fu Master, which I don't know if this is exactly either the direct port to the NES, I'm not sure. Never really heard of the game, so I just grabbed it for $1. Can't beat that. And next off here is Bart Simpson, Escape from Camp Deadly. And of course, let's see here, Solar Striker. Now these next two, I was surprised to find. I know one I'm actually going to trade it, because I really am not an RPG fan per se. But this one here is Operation C. Now I know this is pretty scarce, you know, to look for Game Boy games. I've never even seen this. I've heard about it through a couple of YouTubers, so I had to grab this one. And next off, this is the one I will have up for trade, and that is Final Fantasy Legend. So if you are interested, please PM me. If you leave a comment, I'm going to remove it. If you are serious in trading this game, just PM me, please. Alright? So this is the lot that I saw here. I'm going to get to it. 25 bucks, 12 games, 2 controllers, and the tap. So if that doesn't already give it away, I jumped on it. Now granted, some of the titles here are but I'm not going to complain for 25 bucks, because certain games for the system aren't not that hard to come by. There's only specific games I would like to get for the system. I'm not going for a full collection. Without further ado, let me just show you here for the side, and that is the TurboGrafx 16 back in my collection. It's a little dusty. I could clean it up, not a problem. And of course, this does come with the Turbo Tap. Now, of course, the TurboGrafx is infamous for only putting one controller port, so they would make you buy the Turbo Tap. So if you want to do a 2-player game, you know, there you go. So of course, this you can play up to 5 people or 5 players on select games it has. And of course, I didn't get 1, but 2 turbo pads, which, you know, is helpful when I have some people over. And of course, the power brick. Now the RF connector, I had to test it. It does work. It's over by the TV. So like I said, not bad for the 25 bucks there. Now let me get to some of the games here. First off, you have Bonk's Revenge and Boxing Champions Forever. And one of the most you know, common games for the TurboGrafx, but still a pretty damn good title. Keith Courage and Alpha Zones. Jack Nicklaus Turbo Golf. Legendary Axe, which is an awesome game. Gotta check that out. These next 3, or I should say, the next 4 of the 5 titles aren't so great. They're fillers, which was TV Sports Basketball, TV Sports Football, TV Sports Hockey, and let's see, World Class Baseball. But here's Tailspin. Now, 2 of the games I've been dying to try out, never did for the TurboGrafx 16, are Victory Run and Kadash. Now, I heard pretty good things about this. I've actually seen some gameplay, so I want to give this one a run. And yeah, that's about it, everybody. All together, I spent about $48 today, so that's pretty damn good. I'm actually quite surprised. To me, this is one of the best scores I've had this year when it comes to garage sailing. Now, once again, I've always stated, you know, be very selective, especially if you don't have a car. If you take a mass transit in your city, it really helps to really plan ahead. Of course, if you have a friend with a car, or of course you have buddies who also go G-sailing, yard hunting, whatever you want to call it, help you, you know, it definitely helps. Just be sure that person's driving you. You gotta let them, you know, get a piece of the pie as well if they're that kind of collector, as much as you would be or the person next to you. But anyway, that's about it, people. Thank you so much for watching. I will try to get some gameplay videos up. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's what this channel was mainly based on when I first started it almost 3 years ago, which is pretty freaking shocking. But anyway, like I said, people, check me out on Facebook and Twitter. I'm not going to be doing any other social networking sites. There's too many as it is. I just stick with 2. And pretty much, since that's the majority of what a lot of gamers are on today, I go to where the crowds are. Call me crazy, but that's about it. Thank you so much once again for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers who have recently boosted me up to a certain mark, which I will talk about in the next video. And that's about it. Have a good one, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and that's about it. Cheers.